At the time I was 37. I was towards the end of my career. And you know, it was a big tournament. It was the first year of the BPL. You know, I've been asked to play in it in front of 40,000 people each game. It was huge, and you know, don't get me wrong, I loved every minute of it. We were playing Chittagong that evening, and in the morning, the owner came to my room and asked me to skip the game. Like, I was vice captain at the time, so he basically just says to me, look, you know, Mashrafi's not fit. Can you know, captain the game tonight? So I was obviously vice captain, and you know, it'd be an honour to captain, you know, all the players that we had in the side. There's a lot of stars in there, so it was, you know, it was something special. And he just threw in there that he wanted Ashraf to run the game on the pitch. You know, and straight away I was like, well, wait a minute, you know, if he's captaining the game on the pitch, I've got, you know, we lose the game, we get thumped. You know, I've got TV to the commentators and you know, and doing the press bit afterwards in front of millions of viewers, and I've got to explain why we've been thumped. So you know, straight away it was like, well, no, actually, no, if I'm not doing it my way, I don't want to do it at all. You know, and that was basically it, really. And I turned him away, and you know, the rest is history. I think we batted first, and we were 10 for 4 or something, and you know, all the big players were out, and Ashraf batted the whole innings for about 30, I think it was, and then when he bowled, he ended up bowling the last over, and they, you know, they won the game comfortably. I had a call from Alan Peacock, and ICC Anti-Corruption. He basically, over the phone, he said to me, can we have a meeting about Bangladesh? It wasn't too bad at the start, but then it got worse and worse and worse. And obviously, when I got the 2 charges through, it was, you know, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It was brutal. The next meeting was a 4.5-hour meeting in London. And then after that, it was hours and hours and hours of meetings with my lawyer, going through everything, going through how the next, you know, 6 months up to the trial was probably going to pan out. And then finally getting out to Bangladesh and going through everything in Bangladesh, at the trial in Bangladesh that was in a small room in a bank. You had cameras everywhere, and you know, all different lawyers and from all over the place in the same room. You just felt claustrophobic, and you know, we was there for nearly 4 weeks, 5 days a week in court. You know, going through everything. You know, just sitting there in court was, you know, more nerve-wracking than anything that I've ever done. But then, you know, I was on the stand for 7 hours, 5 hours in on the day, and then 2.5 hours in the morning. And you know, I can't explain that. You know, it was really hard. You know, cricket's my life. You know, it has been for 25, 30 years. So it was, you know, every day that I was playing, it just felt like it was going to be my last game. It was horrific. It was because I didn't report at that time. You know, it was a suspicious act. Because I didn't report then, you know, I've gone through hell over the last 2 years. There's so many opportunities around the world now, and if Bangladesh did come back up again, you know, I wouldn't stop anybody from going to play out there. I wouldn't go against that. I'd encourage them to go play. But you know, I don't want anybody to go through what, you know, I actually went through over them 2 years. In any of these tournaments, anywhere around the world, whatever tournament you're playing in, if you do come across anything suspicious, just report it immediately.